What's up, Bernie Army? This is BryceAllen13 here once again, bringing you another reaction video. And this one is behind the scenes, what is this? And this is a behind the scenes of how he did the second scary movie he did on the 2017 Halloween special in Stampy's Lovely World, Scary Movies. This is behind the scenes of how he did the second scary movie, What Is This? With the Enderman. I'm not sure if he did it behind the scenes of the last one with the documentary. If I find it, I'll react to it, but I don't think he did one. But anyway, we're going to react to behind the scenes, What Is This? In 3, 2, 1, start.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a behind-the-scenes video. This video is about one of the 3 kind of mini scary movies that I did in my 2017 Halloween video.
Yeah.
This one is the one that I kind of loosely called it What Is This, but it doesn't really actually have a name. And the idea for this one was that it's kind of like the sort of...
But for lack of anything, we call it What Is This?
Go in and out of popularity. And yeah, I thought it was an interesting idea to try and do that type of film inside of Minecraft.
Bunnies!
Because obviously...
So he does have bunnies in Lovely World.
Of different types of, I guess, scary films, and then there's a documentary as well in there. But
or did he just spawn them in? I don't know.
Might not have been born when the kind of films I'm parodying came out, or, you know, are simply not old enough, of course, to watch them. So I never really base it too particularly on any single thing, but just kind of that style of video, I guess, is what...
Here's that sandpit.
So, this is kind of just an overview of how I was able to make this video.
Too bad Stampy never built in the back half of the world.
Which was a very simple...
I would love to see him build stuff in that area.
Kind of stalking someone who's trying to track down my house in my lovely world. I thought it was kind of a fun idea, and it worked really well because Endermen are already part of the game, and one of the things is I wanted to make it a little bit scary because, of course, it is Halloween.
Which is kind of based on Slender Man.
And I think that keeping it, you know, based inside of Minecraft. Like, Endermen are in Minecraft, they do kind of stalk you and teleport to you in that way. Everyone knows what they are, but they are kind of meant to be scary in the game, was just a really...
Yeah, I think it was kind of based on Slender Man.
So that's the reason I went for that. So after
and I think Stampy played Slender Man at one point.
Loose basic script because I kind of improvised a lot of the actual lines. I had to film the audio, and this is kind of one of the more interesting parts of the film. Normally I would sit in my office and grab my microphone and go and, you know, read the commentary, but for this one, I decided to go into a field to read the commentary. Basically, because I wanted it to really sound realistic and really sound like it was someone running around in the great outdoors. Filming it inside of my office would have been really difficult to make it sound like that. I'd have to add like a bunch of effects to it and stuff. And you know what? It would have just been way easier to go and do it outside. So here's
makes sense.
The footage with the audio of me recording the commentary. Hey, a bunny family! Hey, check this out, guys. It's just a prank, buddies. Their reaction was so epic. Stupid buddies. I think that's his bedroom. I think that's where he lives. We're gonna be safe, dude. I can't believe I made it. Is that him? I think that's him, man.
His neighbors must think he's crazy. Alex!
Yeah, so there's me running around like...
And was that Squishy I just saw?
I had to make sure that no one else would hear me because it would be too embarrassing.
Yep.
So I did it like that. One is the sound of the wind, which is a really hard thing to do.
As I was saying, his neighbors probably think he's crazy.
The sound of picking up and handling the camera and kind of turning it around. It's really hard to kind of do those sounds. You know,
they're probably like, what the heck is this guy doing?
And also, I wanted to be actually running around as well. I was literally out of breath when I sound out of breath. That is, I mean, I probably overacted it a little bit, but that was not in most...
It's realistic as you can get.
Genuinely out of breath because I did a bunch of takes of each line, and I did a whole load of running around outside. There was...
Got a good exercise out of it.
Which I did just in my garden, which was where I had to go and pick up the camera. I just did it really late at night and hoped that none of my neighbors would see or hear me. There's not really any good footage of that because it's basically pitch black and it's just me picking up a camera and doing the final line. I assume you've seen the film, by the way. I don't want to spoil it too much. I will leave it.
Yeah, I've already reacted to it. So
the other thing I had to do is I had to get the sound
on the Halloween special.
I basically did
one of Fred's relatives.
I did Minecraft as well, where I went into a field in Minecraft and spawned in Enderman and had to record the sounds just to get kind of clean audio of the sounds. You could kind of download them or get them from a folder inside of the Minecraft thing. scene, but I always find for a lot of these things it's easier just to kind of act it out again. I'm not doing a full behind the scenes.
I mean, that's kind of fair.
The other films, but the Block of the Dead one, I basically did the exact same thing. It's basically called like Foley recording, where you kind of record all of like the sound effects, like things like footsteps and things, and I always do it just inside of Minecraft just to make it way.
What kind of world is this?
Footage of that as well if you wanted to see it. So right then.
Was that from like one of the challenge videos?
So it was probably one of the easiest ones to record because it was so natural and I guess wild. Like I didn't need to get each shot perfect because it wasn't meant to be. It was supposed to be as if someone is just, filming, themselves with a video camera.
Yeah, like one of those like analog horrors.
Just played the clips.
Have you ever seen those on YouTube?
And I chose what takes I wanted and tried to match the video up to the sound in Minecraft as best as I could. There's a few things that I did to try and make it seem more like it isn't someone controlling Minecraft. So like the way that I move is kind of very different to the way that I would move
Bessie's cousin.
Minecraft. So for example, if I'm running, I kind of bob the camera up and down, and like when I'm out of breath, I point the camera down. I put my sensitivity up quite a lot as well, just to be able to have those.
I can see lovely ink from here.
That you can do in real life, but can't really do inside of Minecraft. So I kind of did a bunch of things to try and make it seem more like it is me with a camera. I also just wasn't as particular with my shots. So normally with films like this or Stampy shorts, you'll never see me kind of adjusting the camera. If I'm turning the camera, like panning it from left to right or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did a behind the scenes video of that film.
At the same speed, and then it will just stop. It's kind of one of the big things.
I'm gonna assume he didn't.
Step up your filmmaking is, say if you are doing a pan like that, when you get to the end, don't like adjust it if it's not perfect. Just do the whole shot again. And so obviously I wasn't kind of taking into consideration any of those things as well when I was filming this. So yeah, that's the way that I did it.
I can kind of understand that for someone who attended filming class.
An Enderman actor. I was doing this on console. The way I had an Enderman was I spawned in an Enderman. So there was the scene where the Enderman was chasing me, where I kind of pan back and I see it and it's kind of running right after me. I just had to keep spawning an Enderman and running away from it again and again and again until it kind of looked like it was actually chasing me, and I got lucky. There's also a challenge where I kind of wanted it more at night, but I can't have it too late, because if it was too late, then a load of other mobs would spawn in, and obviously I couldn't set it to peaceful, because then I wouldn't get an Enderman, so that's why it's never properly quite night, but almost night the whole way through. And then, of course, the final shot, which was, not the very, very final shot, but the shot it attacked or the character brick.
I bet that had to be such a painful process to do.
Loads and loads of takes. I don't know how many takes. Probably at least 50 takes, I think it took.
50?
Time I had to spawn in an Enderman.
Yeah.
Away, and then
that is commitment.
I'd kill the Enderman or set it to peaceful, and my hunger kept going down because I needed to be in survival, so I had a bunch of cakes there and stuff. And
that is commitment right there. That's like dedication.
Not the perfect one because it was such an important shot, but then I was so happy with that.
And
just turn.
There he is.
Mouth, and then really all I do to add in the drama is to zoom in a little bit on the Enderman's face, and then I just boosted the audio of the Enderman. That scream that the Enderman done, that was audio from the game.
That's my best Enderman impression.
The film, like, it really is just something that could happen inside of Minecraft. Like, nothing is really fake. I guess I just did a bunch of takes until it kind of went perfectly the way that I wanted it to go.
That one right there was just as creepy.
I didn't go crazy in the effects. So a lot of films, or when people are kind of making videos like this, they kind of go crazy and make it really staticky or black and white, almost as if it's filmed with a really old camera. I didn't want to do that. Like, it's in 2017. That's when this video is set, as if it's just being recorded, and I'm reacting to this in 2026. So I didn't make the video quality look.
But the actual video,
I wanted it to be more realistic. So
the Halloween special I reacted to last year,
which just kind of makes it look more like real life, because real life isn't as bright as.
Great, time goes so fast.
Correction just for like the brightness, where it kind of gradually gets darker, and that is for me just to make it look like it's getting later, even though most of it at a certain point is filmed at the same time of day, or I guess kind of evening. So yeah,
basically
I gradually make it go darker for that effect. It's only the kind of very final shots which are actually set in nighttime, but I'm just in a light enough area that no other mobs were really spawning in. I also added just a little bit of noise, not to make it look like it was filmed on an old camera, just to make it look more like it is actually filmed with a camera and not gameplay. Because normally, if you're filming at nighttime, depending on your camera, of course, you can see a little bit of noise, a little bit of grain on the footage, just because it depends on kind of the sensor you have in your camera and the lighting conditions. But basically, normally there's a bit of noise in your footage. I'm sure if you film with your phone or something, you'll notice that as well when it's darker. And so I added just a little bit of noise just to make it look more like it is filmed in a video camera and not actually inside of a game.
One of those old,
again,
cheap, the digital cameras.
Darker, the
little
noise
handhelds.
gradually increases as well. And then the other thing
is I used to own one of those.
To make it look more like a camera. So of course there's the battery in the top right corner, just the little record logo, and then when I kind of zoom in and out, I do that effect. So they are all just made by me. Photoshop. They're all pretty simple.
That is attention to detail.
To be fair, I just kind of looked at my own video camera and kind of based it roughly off that. I kind of changed it a little bit to make it in my own style. I didn't want to go crazy and add loads of things like cluttering the screen, and it doesn't really make narrative sense either, just because the idea is that I, as Stampy, found this footage and am watching it back, in which case watching back the footage you wouldn't see the little record logo or like the zooming in and out and stuff, but I think it just does add a lot to it. I kind of regret the way I did the battery a bit, because you can see the red bit of the battery the whole way through, and no camera normally does that, but it was a very minor detail and probably not worth changing around. So yeah, it was a pretty simple effect to
yeah, it's alright.
I think it really kind of added a lot to the film. And then the only other part that you might not know how I did is
it probably would have worked better when you got to like near dead. Yeah, like that.
Camera, which, of course, if you think about how that was done in Minecraft, it's might not be entirely obvious. The main thing that sells the effect is the noise. Because I was literally picking up the camera in real life when I recorded it, the sound adds a lot. So yeah, have a listen to this. Hey, what's this? There's a video camera. Guess I should make a video. So if it wasn't for that sound effect, I don't think it would be completely clear what was happening. Of course, I say, oh, a camera, like, let's pick it up.
Was that the one he did at night?
I say. And then the way I did the effect of it being picked up is I was really zoomed in on the footage anyway, which allowed me to then rotate the footage just to kind of make it look like the camera's kind of half on its side. And so then as I lift up. So if you think about it, all it is it's just me in a little pit. I just dug a little, one box that I was sitting in, and then I just fly up, relatively quickly, like the speed it would be picked up, and then walk forward. That's just the way the effect's done, but I kind of zoom in, and then like as it lifts up, as I lift up, I rotate the video footage, and then I kind of just zoom out from the video, and then make it as if Stampy's zooming out of it, on the actual camera, and just kind of checking out the footage as he's joking around making his little video. So that was the kind of relatively complicated
like he does every day.
Yeah, that is basically how I was able to make this film. Hopefully this kind of made you think about some things a little bit differently, and how sometimes the best effects can kind of come from just a very simple decision, just to change either the way you're recording or the way that you're editing, and you don't need to go crazy and add like a bunch of production value and effects and things to be able to hopefully make some pretty interesting films. So I liked it. Another behind the scenes touring my destroyed version of My Lovely World, which
I reacted to that yesterday.
The dead video, so I can leave a link to that in the description. I'm not really going to do anything behind the scenes for the other one, the documentary one.
Aw, man.
There's not really anything particularly to tell about it. It's really basically just a dialogue piece, which is all about the commentary.
Okay, he didn't do one, okay.
There, so it's kind of hard to do a behind-the-scenes video about that, since, I've obviously already written it. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. There'll be plenty more behind-the-scenes videos just coming up in the future about kind of more general videos. Any questions you have, leave them as a comment down below, and I'll try and get through as many of them as I can. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!
The ending part kind of synced up a little bit. I don't know why. Is it like the footage from the documentary and like Stampy's commentary? It almost kind of synced up a little bit to me. I don't know why. That's just me. But anyway, all right. So the behind the scenes of What Is This? Crazy had to do so many takes with the Enderman, but I mean I can understand that, because doing something like that is like hard to do. And let's see. Trying to think. Yeah, I think it's interesting how he did it because it gives that old sort of analog horror like style, kind of. I mean, the best you can in Minecraft. Like, if you've ever seen any of those analog horror videos on YouTube, you kind of get an idea, somewhat. I just I just thought this was kind of cool of how he did this video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, as I had fun reacting to this episode. In the next episode will be another behind-the-scenes video, but I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, so stay tuned. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the video. Thank you much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video, and as always, stay awesome and Mr. Pony.